Section 3. A very useful method in troubleshooting is just compare the current vision pictures to the master images. You may find out the difference or the problems quickly. For some modes, for some jobs, the master images have been made available on the network, which is available in this folder. And to access that, you may find the icons, those icons, and click on them, and you can access the files. But for most jobs, the master images are available on the local computers. If it is running inside Explorer, then the location for the master images is here. And for the computers running VBAI software, the location of the master images in this folder. Also, okay, the next section in troubleshooting is that observe whether or not there are any unexpected objects. For example, vacuum tube, excessive flash, and the runner. They may all cause interference to vision inspection. Next section is to check inappropriate light exposure. So LED light, for instance, the LED light is pointing to wrong direction. For example, normally the LED light pointing to the feature being inspected. So typically it is pointing to the front and slightly tilt down to the camera. Okay, but in some cases the LED light is being hit by something and the direction is pointing away. Then it can affect the lighting effect. I would like to give you some examples here. For instance, not long ago, we have inspections good in the afternoon, and then the next one is just in the afternoon, and then you can see the difference of the exposure, and the part is failed. Okay, so most likely the inspection on the background check is failed. Okay, so people tried to adjust the LED light direction, definitely, So this trial is actually becoming worse. So soon it's figured out to put back into a different direction. Now the lighting is good, and then parts are passed. Okay, that's a good adjustment. However, the lighting is so important, and the LED light direction can affect each job on that machine. So on the second day, actually, when it was running another job, the lighting condition is different. All right, so this was the image with darker lighting effect, and then parts got failed. The other one is, originally the picture looked like this. That's a normal master picture, and then someday the pictures became so dark, and of course, it's hard to locate the edge feature, and to let the measurement pass the needed intensity limits. So of course it's failed because the lighting is different. Let's take a look at another picture. Okay, picture 3. So this is the This is the normal master picture, and then one day it becomes like that on that day, okay, becomes pretty dark, so it's pretty hard to let it pass. And picture 4, that's the normal master picture. You can see on the surface there is, this portion is bright. The edge portion is so bright. And then, okay, on that day you can see this edge portion is so dark. It just it was because of LED light, but when you see such picture you may think, well, it might be gas mark, or it might be the part material condition or process condition. So it is very hard at the time, and because all 4 pictures had kind of darkened condition, becoming all of a sudden all becomes dark. So it is pretty hard to get them to be passed. Okay, so definitely when we adjust the LED light direction, we need to be careful, and and it can affect each job. Okay, so when we correct one thing at one time, okay, we may affect the other jobs as well. So sometimes communication is important. If you did something, if you adjust the LED light, please, I would suggest you to let the supervisor know, so supervisor can send out an email saying, okay, the LED light is adjusted on this machine. So then when tool is changed to the next one, we can be prepared for some potential, adjustment for that job as well. Okay, so this is about LED lighting direction. It's so important. Usually we can't adjust that, but in some cases, if it is hit by something, yeah, you may have to adjust that to correct that. The other possibility is the LED light cover may have too much dust. In that kind of case, the picture can become darker gradually, okay, as the time goes by. And the next one is inappropriate exposure caused by obstacle, similar as like in this kind of case. All right, and then inappropriate exposure caused by part orientation or position change. Okay, so from time to time we may have some kind of end of tooling variation, sometimes caused by suction condition, sometimes caused by clearance, or the adjustment to the post, or the post is stuck to some position. All those kind of factors can actually affect the part position and the orientation. So the lighting effect can be affected as well. For example, on this part, this is a good one, okay? So the interested feature is the tab. And you can see around the tab, the part appears, the other features appear to be quite bright. So there is a strong contrast to locate the feature. And therefore, to inspect to measure the feature accurately, right? But in this picture, the lighting effect is not so great because the contrast is becoming worse. Of course, it can still be inspected, but it's not as good as this one, and the root cause may most likely kind of like the orientation of the end of tooling, or the orientation of the part on the end of tooling is different due to such kind of reasons. So it would be great to fix the root cause, and then we may have better lighting effect. So the problem might be solved. Otherwise, you may follow to the next steps. Will be step 5, 6. So if you can't improve it, if the picture effect looks like that, and then you may probably adjust the setting of the camera exposure, okay, which is introduced in other sections, okay. And here is inappropriate exposure due to altered light setting of Cognex cameras. Okay, so on some Cognex cameras there is a LED light, and usually for such cameras we use the integrated ring light for each shot. So at each camera trigger you will see the LED light flash. So okay, then sometimes if it's not flashing when the camera is triggered, then maybe the light setting need to be checked. For such case, you have to go to offline though first, and then go to sensor, the pull down menu of sensor, and then go to the light setting, select the light setting, and you will select the option of integrated light. For the details, it is actually introduced in other sections, I believe in training number 2. Okay, all right.